Hey everyone, Ken here coming at you with another lantern video. And just by the way, in case you hear a lawnmower running in the background, that's what happens when you decide to start shooting a video and the neighbor decides to start cutting his lawn. But yeah, it's kind of funny, but we'll just go with it for now. But anyway, today's video I decided to clean up this steel light that we got at Jacktown last week. It's dirty and filthy, and I just noticed the bail is kind of falling off here. It's because they got a weird bend to it. So what we'll do is we'll stick that on there and see, they kind of got it squeezed in. It's actually not supposed to be like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bend out on it, so hopefully it doesn't pop out on that again. I'm going to try to shape it up a little more roundy moundy as it's supposed to be, but yeah, maybe just a little bit more right over here, but I'm not going to get too technical with it. But actually that came out pretty good. I could live with that. But yeah, this thing is filthy, and it is a clear globe. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see through that, but I wasn't even sure when I bought the thing if it was a red globe or clear globe, or but I did hold it up to the sunlight and determined that it was a clear globe, and that's exactly what I wanted, because I want to use it in my gazebo for a little supplemental light. I have like 3 lanterns that I hang on the ceiling, and then I usually bring out a couple of my choice here when I sit out in my evenings. But anyway, why don't we attempt to start taking some of this apart, and then we'll take it out to the hose with a little bit of diluted super clean, give it a good scrub down, and we'll see how she comes out. I think it's going to come out pretty good. But yeah, so let's see if we can take the globe out. Let's see if there's any bugs in there or whatever. Let's see. There we go. There's the globe. We got lots of soot. Woo! Looking in there. That's all sooted up. That's beautiful. I'm sure that's going to be beautiful. Yeah, okay. And let's see if by chance we can get the burner out fairly easily. Oh, look at that. No problem at all. And look at that. We even got a plenty length of the wick. The wick is soaked yet. The wick is going to be good. I'm just going to be able to trim that up, use that. But for now, I think I'm just going to crank that out of here. And yeah, I'm going to give that a good trim. But I think I got a good usable wick. Clean up the burner. And the cap, believe it or not, is free. Look at that, which I love it. I love it when nothing's stuck and seized up. So what I'll do is I'll put these parts aside, and yeah, look at that. Make my way out to the hose. I'll bring some rags and some brushes, and it's probably all sooted up in the chimney as well. Yeah, I don't know if you can see up in that chimney, but that chimney is filthy as well, and that's where the super clean really comes in handy. It's why I'd like to give it a good cleaning in there with the super clean to get all that soot out of there. So let's make our way out to the hose, and we'll see you out there real soon. Alright, so here we are out here at the hose, and I got my bottle of super clean. I got it mixed about I'm guessing 50-50. I don't want it real strong, because I had it real strong before for another lantern, but that didn't have paint on it. This has got paint, and I don't want to take a chance of taking any of the paint off. So what I like to do is I actually like to spray the whole thing down, even in the fount. And you can see it's already starting to clean up, but especially, like I said, especially up in that chimney too. I like to give it a whole good soaking down. This thing is just grimy. And I don't know if the crown is going to clean up all that well, because that probably has some heat discoloration on it from burning, but I think that the rest of the body is going to clean up real nice for us. Yeah, look at that. And what I'm probably going to do is just let that sit for a few minutes. Hey, you can even use it on the globe. It's not going to hurt the globe at all. Yeah. The soot's already coming off. Yeah, it's really ugly. Ugh. Okay. Let it soak for a few minutes, then we'll give it a blast with the hose, and then we'll come back and give it another shot and a good wipe down with a rag. Alright, so it's soaked for a couple minutes. Let's give it a good blast with the hose. And all up beside that chimney. Ah, it's black. Look at that black coming out. Actually forgot the bottom, but we'll come back for that. And then what I do is give the fount a good blast. Get it all out of there. And while I'm at it, what you want to do is you want to squirt some of this up in your air tubes too. You want to give them a good, and you could shake while you're doing it, and you get the super clean up there, and it'll clean out. It'll give your air tubes a good cleaning. Best way to clean your air tubes. Turn it upside down. It's already looking a whole lot better. And sometimes what I do is pop up the spring too and get all down in there. Let me get the globe too. Let's hit the globe. Yeah, that I'm probably going to have to use the rag on. But, alright. You know, we'll get it another shot. Let me dump all the water out here. I missed the bottom. That's probably going to come off too if I get a little. Let's see what happens if I hit a little bit of that on the bottom. I wouldn't doubt. I bet you that'll come right off. It's like a grime. It's like a oily grime. Yeah, look at that. It's coming right off. Okay, so now what I want to do is give it another shot. Even while it's wet. And I got a soft nylon brush here. That probably wouldn't hurt just to give it a good brushing. Everywhere we can go with it. I don't think I got any. Didn't get any really in there. There's a lot of dirt there too. Yeah, that's coming off as well. Get all over there. We could even use the rag. We could even use a rag at this point too. If we get it really soaked down. Give it a little further cleaning with the rag. Chimney's coming up nicely. Bottom's coming up very decent. Look at that. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty decent lantern after all. It's not going to be perfect, but to leave out of my gazebo. And the gazebo is pretty protected from the weather, especially because I'm hanging them from the ceiling. The higher up I hang them, the more out of the weather they actually are. The two that I have hanging in there now, well, the three that I have hanging in there now, minus the one that's going to be replaced. And I might do that. I might bring that out later. I'll show you the one that I'm actually going to replace. I'm going to use this to replace. But yeah, okay. So we'll just give it a good wiping down. Whoops. Everywhere we missed. Got a little bit of rust. Just a little bit of rust. Starting right there. Not a big deal. Let me get that globe plate just a little bit better. It's not coming up all that well. That's a little better. And then you have to use the rag to kind of get under the top air tubes on each side. And there goes my AC. Now if you hear, now we've got a lawnmower in the background and an AC unit. Okay. But it's not gonna, that's actually a good thing because that means that I could actually use that to dry the lantern off on top of that when we're done. All right, let's give her another good rinse off here. All right, so I got her rinsed off pretty well. I think it looks pretty good. Well, then what we're gonna do, since my AC is on, I'm just gonna put it right on top of there, and I'm gonna leave it, and come back and do the inside of the fountain, the little alcohol, little isopropanol, and a heat gun to make sure there's no water in there. But I find that this is one of the best ways to take advantage of the heat coming out of the AC to dry your lantern. While I'm waiting for that, you can do the cap and the burner. I do the same thing with the burner. Give it a good soaking with the super clean. In and out. Cap. Let's get the cap. Oh, the cap is filthy. Yeah. That with the bristle brush. I don't know what they did to this poor lantern, but eesh. Look at that, that's already a whole lot better. Alright. It's almost like a tar or something in there, I don't know. Alright, let's rinse that off. Good enough. These I'm not going to put on the top of the AC because they might go through. I don't want to lose these. I will just dry these with the heat gun. And I usually just make sure I spin it real good. Work out any fibers of wick that may be stuck in there. Alright, and then back to the globe real quick. I'll just wipe out the rest of the globe with this rag and give that a rinse. Look at that, look how good that globe's coming out. And give that a good rinse. Look at this spot there. Wow, terrific. Turned out pretty nice. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll go back to the garage, we'll get the heat gun out, some dry paper towels, and we'll start drying it up. Alright, so I'm in here and I'm drying off the globe, and I didn't even notice this outside, but look at this. We got an embery globe, actually. I did not even see that with all the soot and dirt. The E with the cat whiskers, as some people call it, or the rays of light, the light beams coming out of the E. So, I'll have to check and see if maybe I have an embery that has a Dietz globe, and the embery can go in the swap the globes and put each proper globe in each lantern and call it a day with that. But if not, I can use it fine with that. But yeah, so then getting back to this, we got our heat gun. We're going to heat gun, our lantern's almost dry from the AC unit, but I like to give it a good blast inside the fount here, which I'm going to do. And then after that, I usually just take a couple tablespoons of isopropyl alcohol, dump that in, swish that around, dump that out, and then dry that, and it'll disperse the remaining water and dry up the alcohol, and lantern will be ready to immediately use once you get it all nice and dry. So here we go. We'll work on it with this for a little bit, and we'll be back. Alright, so I got everything all dry. Did the same thing with the burner. Gave that a little heat gun there and a little bit of the underside of the cap. Make sure that the seal on that is all dry. I think we got all the water out of here, and the only thing left to do is reassemble it. I'm going to give that wick a trim. That wick is really ugly there. That's probably the reason why all the soot, they let it run away there. So I'm going to give that a good chop and down to some better usage of the wick, and that's still soaked with kerosene, so I think that's going to be fine and good to go. And I got a pretty nice long length. Put it all back together. I'm going to fill this thing up and wait till it gets dark a little bit, and we'll show you the one we're going to replace, and hopefully we're going to have ourselves a nice burning lantern for a gazebo. Alright, so we're out in the gazebo. It's almost dark. Got a little bit of a sun yet, but I wanted to be able to show this thing off before it got totally dark. And as you can see, it's burning fantastically. Beautiful flame. Came out really nice. It's going to be a great lantern. And by the way, the one I'm going to replace it with, although this thing came out so good, I might not want to leave it out here after all. I have a junkier one that I may actually replace it with. But here's the one I'm going to replace it with. It's a wing wheel number 400 and doesn't have the correct globe in it. And the chimney is just all rusted and rotted and split open, and doesn't perform and burn very well. Oh, here it is actually. Here, there's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a huge crack right there, and the thing actually sputters after it heats up. It kind of sputters and pops. And yeah, like I said, I could get a globe for it, but for what I paid for that lantern, I would probably pay more for the globe for this. So this is probably just going to end up going for spare parts in my spare parts pile, and I will replace it with either this one, or I have a junkier one of these that I'm going to probably put out now. And by the way, I did uncover some patent dates actually on this too, which I wanted to bring up. There are some patent dates along here, and I believe the last one that I could kind of make out is, I think, 1958. I don't know. It's hard to read. Let me just bring out my flashlight here real quick, because it is kind of getting dark out here. And it looks like, where's that a 53? Where's that a 63? Whoop, and then I got it cranked up a little too high, but I don't know. 58, yeah, it does look like a 58. I'm going to go with 58. I don't know if that's correct, but I'll have to get my magnifying glass out there, check it out a little better. But yeah, there we have it. So another good project done, and we'll see you real soon in another video. Bye bye for now.